video call 3 or week 3, whatever this is. Another one. Go. I think this was a lot better.
You started.
Okay.
You're good at introducing.
So we talked to them a little bit. It was mostly his mom. His dad was doing. His dad was going to preach tomorrow for a church, and he was reading up on stuff. There were elders in their church, so he does have some preaching responsibility. I think we were offered insight to where they personally view their personal views, which is really important, because what you don't want to do is automatically go with that denomination's view, because what you'll quickly find is just because the Methodist Church says this doesn't necessarily mean the person you're talking to holds to those standards. So you got to quickly decide when you're talking about a topic, what does that topic mean to that person, and then go from there. And it may seem like a lot. It doesn't really matter, because the Christian bunny hop, though it does like to hop, it only hops certain places, no matter what denomination you're going. So trust me, you've heard it all before. I know you have. If you're, well, maybe not all. You heard most of it before.
You haven't heard some of the things they've said.
Okay, so I thought it was better. Your mom talked about certain things that she believed personally, but she didn't consider them heaven or hell issues, like the skirts or the
Pentecostal, if you don't know.
Long hair or something. Those are personal convictions that which she had, but she didn't necessarily consider them heaven or hell issues. Does she say that to other congregation members? That's a question mark.
Yeah, but what she actually admitted that the hair and the clothes keeps people from becoming Pentecostal. She admitted that.
That's true.
And it bothered her that the message of salvation is being lost because of something as trivial as hair.
Yeah.
Or clothes. And that really bothered her. You can tell that bothered her. The fact that she
wanted people to
are
have
burning
a
in hell
with Jesus. Yeah.
Because they like changing their hairstyle. They like coloring their hair. They like, pulling a famous person, what they do, change their hair every 2 days,
Yeah.
So, or they like wearing makeup. Or they like wearing pants, and the next day wearing tights, and the next day they like fashion. Fashionistas not become Pentecostal. I'm just saying, so.
At least not in the traditional.
They might be more creative than I think, but so. Yeah, it's just kind of that was interesting to hear. It was also interesting to point out that she says things aren't heaven and hell, but I pointed out to her that I used to be the same faith, and how that what you call personal convictions are just layers of self-made rules which you put on yourself, and now you're making yourself guilty and not guilty about over trivial issues, and your happiness and your unhappiness, and you're very dependent on something that's, you consider important to you and God, but you just admit they're trivial in the same breath.
You think she's going through? I think she goes through.
I think people go through stages of realizing they think they're important and then they're not, and then they are. But I'm not saying it's bad or good. I'm just saying that I've been there myself, so I can speak to that. And then I had people try to put conviction on me, which I never had. I enjoy watching football, soccer, sports, and people would try to put convictions on me that you need to not watch as much sports and you need to pray more or do the thing. But I was saying, well, I still had plenty of time to pray and whatever, but I could still watch the Florida State Seminoles play on Saturday. Or I could still watch the NFL on Sunday. Or I could still watch any other sporting event anytime I feel like. You trying to guilt me is not working. And that was one of the main problems I had. Sounds really...
Yeah.
So when the rubber meets the road and you start changing things you actually like, some people go, okay, and they make that sacrifice. But I was like, no. No. First of all, not when I get older, at least, that I'm gonna watch what I feel like watching, when I want to watch it.
So. She asked us certain questions about us, what we believe, and do we believe in spirit or spirits, and that's when we would have to ask her what is her
spirit.
definition.
You want to re-ask them. what they're talking about. Just don't say yes or
spirit.
Don't say no. No, what are you talking? You want to ask them what they're actually talking about, because you have no idea what they're talking about.
So that you guys can have a conversation about what is spirit,
right.
And what you'll have is to put them in a position where they will have to defend it later.
Yes.
Where they're going to be hard pressed to waffle.
And you listen for every word, every syllable. And
okay. And I think she was a little. I think we scared them a little bit last time. I guess just because it was so easy to catch, where they said one thing here and then said something different here. And she was a little apprehensive about it. But I don't think that we went sharp. I think we would have been going easy. We didn't go.
Yeah.
We could easily.
We don't point out we can point out major things which other atheists routinely do.
You guys know, like Men in Black, where the guy, who was the white guy's name?
Tom, his real name?
Whatever. The white guy in Men in Black, when Will Smith joins the Men in Black, he got this big gun like this, and then he was like, no. You get the little cricket. So we didn't get out the big gun. We're getting the cricket.
The cricket's the big gun, though.
But the cricket is powerful. Okay.
I see your metaphor.
You see the metaphor?
I got
Those of you who actually watched the movie, y'all get
the cricket is like a virus.
Don't let it fool you. You just gotta, I'm trying to only use the cricket.
Put questions in their own mind.
Put questions in their own mind to have them think about it yourself, instead of getting the big bazooka and then just blowing them away. Because if you do that, you're not going to have continuing conversations.
So no, you actually need to say that better. What you want to do is you want them to say what they really care about, and then you want to put viruses in what they say.
Mm-hmm. Make them think about
in their own software.
Yeah.
About things they care about, not about their external software. They don't care about amputees. Or why does God heal them or not heal them.
Yeah.
But they care about spirits.
Yeah.
So then you want to put things in something they actually care about, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So like my mom brought up the spirit world, and we first had to define what a spirit was, and then we got in conversations about discernment. She says she can feel spirits. Mm-hmm. And then we went on a whole 20 minutes about defining how she feels spirits, when she feels spirits. I asked her if she can feel spirits with her eyes closed, because then she said no. And then she realized why there's a problem of logic with that. Mm-hmm. And then I said, if you can't feel spirits with no, I'm not going to say who, but she knows a person who she has, I guess say negative emotions towards, and when she sees that person, she says she has a bad spirit towards them, even though she didn't say that. And I told her that's exactly what happens. You have bad feelings about them in your own mind, and so when you see them, now you're projecting a spirit, and then you're saying you're feeling that. Yeah,
we explained to her that. We tried to explain to her that it wasn't the other way around. It wasn't her
feeling something
aura that was coming to you. It was based on your experience with this person, bad experiences. You realize, hey, this person I should stay away from, and you define that as this person has a bad spirit, and that's fine. I can say that this person has a bad spirit, but to say that that comes from a supernatural realm would now you're talking about something different.
Lost me. Now you're talking about the supernatural realm with this spirit. This person has a spirit on them, and that's a problem.
Because how do you know that?
Yeah, how do you know? And then we asked her, like, you and I, and she said she has protection from spirits.
No, wait, no. What I said was, the problem is, I don't think they realize is they keep asking, do you believe it? No. The problem, I am going with what you're saying. It's just the problem is that if I go with what you're saying, it brings on more questions than it answers. If I were to believe in spirits, then the possibility of spirits, evil and good, I would have to accept the possibility that at any point in time, demons could possess me. Evil things could possess me. And I said to her, and she laughed. This caused great laughter.
Started
dying laughing. And I don't think I don't know if it was out of nervousness or genuine laughter, that if spirits exist and they have power to possess people, then that is a possibility. That my fear would be reasonable. That me wanting to live in a cave and never go outside, and because of the spirits that I can't control over, they have power over me, and they can make me do really evil things, would be a reasonable, rational fear.
Yeah. And she talked about people, like criminals who have evil spirits, and then we convinced her that criminal doesn't have an evil spirit, and she actually admitted, oh, that's a bad example.
You know.
So like we almost took all her ammunition of who has evil spirits and who doesn't, and then we asked her, well, you're looking at the people who don't have God's protection. You claim to have God's protection through some force or by some action, but we don't. Or do we have evil spirits? How do you know if we have evil spirits? We might get evil spirits. Or what if you're driving and the person next to you has evil spirits and he's going to run you off the road and kill you?
And that's when she brought on God's protection.
God's to protect you from a bad driver or a bad driver with evil spirits. I mean, so it's just kind of like, so we did break down most of her illogic and her problem. But we got to a point where now she actually think about.
We're asking them to think.
Yeah, we're trying to put a seed of doubt in her mind.
It's not doubt. We're getting her to think about it.
Yeah, getting her to think about it. Yeah, well, I don't care if she even still believes.
Her believing is not.
Yeah.
And I said that it's not the fact that you believe. It's why.
Okay, fair enough.
And I want her to come to a point, hopefully, that she'll realize the only reason she believes is because she's afraid, not because of truth.
Well, this is emotional.
This is
Maybe
an emotional.
Afraid, but she wants it. She likes it. She likes the emotions of it.
There's this. Yeah. They get something from it.
Well,
and this brought out, Well,
it gets to a deeper point about you. We just explained to you how you can view something as a spirit. What you're doing is you're misinterpreting facts.
Mm-hmm. Misnomers.
You're missing. Yeah, I like misinterpreting. You're misinterpreting. You and I aren't seeing the same facts. You and I are seeing a different set of facts. We're misinterpreting the same. We're seeing the same thing.
Different label on it.
But a lot totally different. So I